Hey guys, it's Runagia back here for another What If video. Today we're doing What If Naruto had the power of the four cardinal heroes part 1. Anyway, so at the end of the video the channel update will play since I'm pretty sure nobody actually checks that, so might as well just put it at the end of the video. And if you just don't want to watch the channel update, even if it's included in the video, then sure, you don't have to watch it, just stop when the what if's over. Anyways, I'll just mention one thing from the channel update, which is that there will no longer be any like goals. So yeah, anyways, let's roll on with the story. So what happens is that Iruka, after Naruto failed the academy graduation exam for the second time, well, Naruto tried to graduate early again, even though he still can't beat Sasuke or Choji. Maybe Naruto stands a chance against Choji, but anyways. So Iruka, seeing that Naruto's grades are suffering, decided to help Naruto out a bit and told Naruto to stay back after class. As Naruto goes see Iruka would then tell Naruto to, if he goes to the library for 3 hours a day, he would buy Naruto ramen every day. Naruto quickly agrees to this as long as the ramen is from Ichiraku, which Iruka agrees. Though Iruka did add the stipulation that there's only one ramen bowl. As Naruto goes to the library, he would accidentally knock over a few books, though luckily the librarian didn't see it, as Iruka had gotten a chat with the librarian after Naruto told her or him that, or told Iruka that the librarian wouldn't let him in. So Naruto quickly put the books back, but would then see one of the books called The Four Cardinal Heroes. As Naruto would open it, a strange light would spew out of it, as Naruto would be surrounded by it and would then fall unconscious for a few seconds. Anyways, once Naruto wakes up, he would feel no different, but would see a weapon or a status bar right ahead of him. As Naruto would look at it, he would see 4 cardinal heroes, as there were 4 weapons in front of him: a sphere, a sword, a shield, and a bow. As Naruto was confused as this looked like a hologram, Naruto would try to dispel it with Kai, but it wouldn't dispel it. So Naruto then thought that either it was a genjutsu too strong, or it wasn't a genjutsu. As Naruto would try to touch it and wouldn't feel anything solid, but would feel his hand get stopped. As Naruto would decide to click one of the buttons and would click the sword, a sword would appear right behind Naruto's sheath, or right behind Naruto. As Naruto would wonder what's going on, though Naruto would just ignore it and just try to throw the sword away, but it wouldn't work. So Naruto, not wanting anyone to just see it randomly, put it behind his coat or orange jacket while switching it to a bow. As Naruto would finish up the 3 hours of reading, Iruka and him would then get ramen, and Naruto would decide to keep it a secret and experiment later. As there was then a longer week of 3 days, as Naruto decided to experiment about it. As Naruto would test it out, he would learn that he can switch between all four of the weapons, and would even have tried to let go of them, but it was just stuck to him. As Naruto, not wanting for this to be discovered, wanted to find a way for it not to be seen. As Naruto would search it up in the library and find out that there are sealing scrolls. So Naruto would try to go buy one, though the shops would kick him out. As then Naruto would remember the henge and would decide to henge into a silver-haired man that was around in his teens, as Naruto would go to a shop and buy a few sealing scrolls and would try to seal the weapons in there, but it wouldn't work. As Naruto would then wonder out loud and would think, gosh damn it, why can't I seal it? If only someone were to be able to help. As then a menu would appear in front of Naruto and would say, Naruto would then see the menu, which would say that he could put the seal on his hand to seal the weapon. As Naruto would then go and seal it, as it would work. So Naruto would just keep a sword in a seal on his hand. As then Naruto would continue to go to the library and train with his abilities. Naruto ordered or got some instant ramen from a ramen cup and would decide to see what his shield can do and wonder what happens if he puts the ramen cup on his shield. Since, come on, Naruto would just think, oh, a magical shield. Let's see what a ramen cup does. As the shield would absorb the ramen cup, as Naruto would begin to freak out and would think, what just happened? As Naruto would check the shield and would begin to inspect it. As then another status menu appeared above the shield, which would say, Shield, Ramen Shield, Abilities, able to bring out a scent similar to ramen, along with giving 2 to the cooking skill. As Naruto would wonder cooking skill, as Naruto would go to his fridge and would get another cup of instant ramen and cook it and eat it. But this intrigued Naruto on what happened. As Naruto would then put a piece of wood onto the shield, as then the shield would absorb it, and Naruto would unlock a few more shields. The wood shield, or the Uzumaki wood shield. The description for the shield was quite unique, and the level requirement for it was level 6, though Naruto was only level 1, as it stated that this is a special shield that could only be made by wood found in the land of whirlpools. Yes, I actually think Naruto would get furniture from the Uzumaki clan, like Hiruzen would just get some furniture from Kushina and Minato's house and place it in Naruto's apartment. As then Naruto would think, awesome, as Naruto would try to go grab a kunai, but it wouldn't work. As Naruto would see a message that you could only pick up a weapon that's one of the 4 legendary weapons. As Naruto would think, aw, but can my shield absorb it? As then Naruto would try to absorb the kunai, which wouldn't work. As Naruto would then think, I can throw a kunai, and a bow can shoot stuff. What if I can shoot a kunai from the bow? As Naruto would switch to the bow, and would try to absorb the kunai, but instead was able to actually hold it. As Naruto would think, wait, so if I have the bow, then I can hold the kunai. As then Naruto would also see another message, weapon copy. As Naruto would then think, wait, so I can copy stuff? As then Naruto would be excited and would try to copy another thing like a shuriken, which worked. As Naruto would try to summon kunai, it worked. Naruto just summoned a kunai. No bow, just a kunai. As Naruto would throw it, he would be disappointed that he could only use it once. Until when Naruto thought, if only it could just come back to me, as the kunai just reappeared in Naruto's hands, as Naruto would think, awesome! As Naruto would continue testing it out, and would decide to go to a training field. As Naruto would try to put a kunai into his bow, it would say, new bow unlocked, kunai shooter. As when Naruto took the new bow out, it was a bow that fires a kunai instead of an arrow. As Naruto tried to do the same with a shuriken, but it didn't work. As Naruto would continue to wonder how that even works, Naruto would decide to train against the training dummies and would accidentally destroy it, but would then see 10 XP points gained, 90 more before level 2. As Naruto would think, wait, so if I destroy stuff, then I get XP, and Naruto would then would try to destroy a leaf, but it gave no XP. As Naruto would then try to destroy a rock, which gave no XP. As Naruto would then think, like, what if I take down an animal? As Naruto would go into the forest and would decide to go to the fishing spot he used when he was 6. The one where Naruto just gave a barbecued fish or roasted fish to heroes in that place. As Naruto would throw a kunai at a fish, after the fish died, he gained 20 XP. As Naruto would go grab the fish and would continue to practice his aim on moving targets, though it was just fish, so basically only a bit better than normal targets. As Naruto would wonder, why is it this easy to hit stuff? Normally it's really hard. As Naruto would then just continue to do what he does. As by the end of the day, Naruto caught over 50 fish, and with the 1000 XP, made it to level 4. As level 1 took 100, and so on, adding 100, or just 50 XP every level, so 200. Let me just do some quick calculations, which make it so Naruto's level 5 exactly, though also has a few more fish. Or, you know what, level, or just 100 fishes is kind of a stretch. Wait, no, I meant, 50 fishes. I mean, not that much of a stretch, so I guess. As Naruto would try to use the Uzumaki shield again, but would realize he still needs level 6. But as it was reaching 9, Naruto would decide to equip the ramen shield and would begin to roast his fish, which actually tasted better than before. As Naruto would finish eating, he would then train for the next while, or for the next weekend. As Naruto would also take down a bear or two along with a few other animals, which eventually got him to level 9, as he was able to use the Uzumaki Wood Shield, as the abilities were better chakra flow, as it doubles Naruto's chakra control, as though Naruto can easily just use a certain amount of chakra for like the fireball jutsu. Now, the chakra would be tripled unless Naruto knows and has enough chakra control. Though Naruto can even use the clone jutsu now due to the assistance, as Naruto would be able to use the Uzumaki shield, which also has a few other advantages of higher defense, along with the ability to sense chakra in a 100-meter radius. As Naruto would go to the academy, he would also realize that he had stat points, which was one every level, and all of his stats were at level 4, or level 5, as all of them gained 1 level per level he got, as he would place 3 stat points into speed and 2 into intelligence, as Naruto would see that intelligence makes it so every 5 intelligence points he has, he gains 1 extra point per level. As Naruto would see this as an amazing way of training, so would have 2 points go to intelligence. As Naruto would continue on with the day, actually scoring a little bit better scores, and when it came to the taijutsu battle, Naruto was fighting a random civilian kid that Naruto was normally tied in fighting with. As Naruto would fight the civilian kid and would be able to dominate the battle, as Naruto would dodge most of the attacks and would counter for a few of them. As whenever the civilian tried to throw a punch, Naruto would duck and try to counter by attacking the arm or by striking the arm the civilian used. As Naruto, after the civilian was behind him and tried to strangle him, Naruto quickly just jumped into the air and landed a sweeping kick, taking down the civilian. As Naruto would think, "Whoa, that was a pretty nice style. I think I'll go with that instead of the stupid style Mizuki team taught me." As next it came for the shuriken practice, as Naruto would be handed some kunai, as Naruto would equip the bow, though it was still in the seal, as Naruto would be given the 10 kunai, which Naruto could actually hold. As Naruto would throw the kunai, the aim would be pretty good, as it would nearly hit it, except the fact that it didn't fully pierce it. As Naruto would wonder, wait, the kunai I normally have are able to pierce it, as the other academy students would say, the dope can't even pierce the target. As Naruto would say, "Hey, Iruka-sensei, I think there's something wrong with the kunai." As Mizuki would then quickly cut in, "Naruto, I think you're being delusionated, though your score is pretty good." As Iruka would say, "No, Mizuki, there might be something wrong with the kunai. Let me go check it out." As Iruka would check it and would see that the kunai was pretty blunt, like it was used to throw on stone a few times. As Naruto would let Naruto borrow his kunai, as Naruto would be able to hit 4 of the 5 perfectly, while the other just slightly missing it. As all of the class were dumbstruck, as Sakura would then say, Naruto Baka has to have cheated. As Iruka would say, Sakura, Naruto did not cheat. Actually, I'm pretty sure that the only reason Naruto was failing in kunai throwing before was because most of the time his shuriken or kunai were blunted. As we see from Naruto's aim that it's pretty good. As Sakura would try to argue more, as Ino would step in and would say, yeah, I agree with Forehead Girl. As then Iruka would quickly use the most powerful A-rank jutsu, the big head jutsu, and would shut Sakura and Ino up. As then the classes continued and Naruto actually got a pretty good deal. As Iruka would then say, hey Naruto, if you read for 1 hour more than if you read for 4 hours this time, due to your good grades for today, I'll treat you to 2 bowls of ramen. As Naruto would be excited and would go to the library and would arrive in less than 1 minute. As Iruka would say, did Naruto just run at Hokage level speeds? And Naruto can easily just run at that level of speeds if he can just run from Jonin and Anbu without being captured. And before you say it, Iruka was a Anbu. So, yeah, that's why he can actually catch Naruto. Since Anbu are better than Chunin and Jonin, at least most of the time. So, Iruka, due to being Anbu, can catch Naruto. And come on, Naruto's being, well, convinced by ramen, which Naruto would run extremely fast. So, for the next month, Naruto would test out all of his abilities and would even find a few interesting books and would check out medical ninjutsu. Hey guys, it's Runuchia back here for another update video. So basically what I'm gonna say in this video is a few new updates for the channel. One being there are no more like goals. So I talked with Six Meister, well, more than just asked one question. He agreed with me saying that like goals are a hindrance since, come on, I couldn't upload any what if videos in like a week or two, then uploaded one, then couldn't upload again due to like goals for like 3 weeks now. Yeah, that's a problem. So I'm getting rid of the like goals. Another thing is that I'm gonna be incorporating different stories, like origin stories that are mostly parodies or humor, but also have a bit of seriousness in them. Though, in a collaboration video I'm gonna do, or it might not be a collaboration video, some of it will be revealed. Basically, the origin of the tailed beast, like, we get no information about what happened in the first 500 years after the sage's death. What about the tailed beasts? Did they try to help the humans first? Or did they just go around minding their own business? We don't know. So I'm trying to answer that question. So yeah, otherwise, this is it for this update video. So make sure to keep an eye out for my videos, subscribe and like since that really does help it out. Even if I don't have like goals now, I'd still appreciate it if you liked the video. Also, I might reboot some what ifs, like what if Naruto was exiled, as I checked it out and so far it's my best video. So I might redo that one. or have a couple new ones, like Naruto having a new Kekkei. Otherwise, this is the end of the video. So, peace out.